Hello, and welcome to our lesson on multiplying decimals. Today, we will explore some essential techniques that will deepen your understanding of numbers and enhance your calculation skills. In this lesson, we'll build on your existing knowledge by learning how to multiply decimals. Here's what we'll cover. 1. We will break down the steps for multiplying decimals by converting them into simpler forms. Then we'll go through some cases and apply these steps to reinforce our understanding. We'll practice with a range of examples to ensure you become confident in this new skill. Just as with addition and subtraction, multiplying decimals follows principles similar to those used for multiplying whole numbers. The primary difference is in handling the decimal points properly to ensure accurate results. When multiplying decimals, we use a straightforward procedure to simplify the process. First, identify how many decimal places each number has. For example, 0.22 has 2 decimal places. 1.983 has 3 decimal places. Next, treat the numbers as if they were integers by temporarily ignoring the decimal points. In this example, we multiply 1983 from 1.983 by 22 from 0.22. So 1983 times 22 equals 43626. Now, we count the total number of decimal places from the original numbers. 0.22 has 2 decimal places. 1.983 has 3 decimal places. In total, we have 2 plus 3 equals 5 decimal places. Finally, we insert the total number of decimal places into our result. Because our total count was 5, we ensure our product has 5 decimal places. 43626 becomes 0.43626. Let's go through why this method works. When we ignore the decimal points temporarily, we essentially multiply the decimals by a factor of 10 raised to the number of their decimal places. For instance, 0.22 becomes 22 by moving the decimal point 2 places to the right, multiplying by 100, and 1.983 becomes 1983 by moving the decimal point 3 places to the right, multiplying by 1000. When we add the decimal places back in at the end, we are dividing by the same total factor of 10, in our example by 100,000, since 100 times 1000 equals 100,000. This ensures our answer remains accurate and reflects the correct value. By systematically following these steps, you can accurately multiply decimals and use this skill in various practical and academic scenarios. Now let's practice with a few more examples to solidify your understanding. For our first problem, multiply 0.5 by 0.3. We start by ignoring the decimals initially and multiplying 5 by 3, giving 15. Now count the total number of decimal places in both numbers. Here, 0.5 has 1 decimal place and 0.3 has 1 decimal place, so in total there are 2 decimal places. Finally, place the decimal point in the product. The product 15 should have 2 decimal places. Therefore, 15 becomes 0.15. So our final answer is 0.5 times 0.3, which equals 0.15. For a final example, multiply 3.56 by 4.2. Ignoring the decimals, multiply 356 by 42. Carrying out the multiplication gives us 14952. We had 2 decimal places in 3.56 and 1 decimal place in 4.2, giving a total of 3 decimal places. Adding a decimal point 3 places in from 14,952 gives the number 14.952. So our final answer is 14.952. Conclusion. In today's lesson, we focused on mastering the technique of multiplying decimals, an essential skill in mathematics. We began by breaking down the steps involved in the process. First, we learned to count the decimal places in each number being multiplied. Then, we treated the decimals as whole numbers, multiplying them without considering the decimal points. Next, we counted the total number of decimal places from the original numbers and used this count to adjust our final product, ensuring we placed the decimal point accurately. Through worked examples, we applied these steps to reinforce our understanding. We concluded by explaining why this method works. By temporarily ignoring the decimal points, we effectively multiply by powers of 10 and then divide by the same factor at the end, maintaining the correct value. Watch the rest of the GCSE Maths course at Sophos Education